What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you all for being a part of TBM Sports as we get into the holiday season, bowl season, and the playoffs as we kick off for the eventual NFL, the conclusion fantasy football. The list goes on, okay? It's a great time to be alive and to be betting in this market. Let's get into it. I'm going to give you guys my best bets for this game tonight between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Lambeau Field. Frigid, cold weather here on Monday night. It's going to be a good one. And if you don't like football, this is kind of the wrong time of year to be watching. So it's a beautiful day. This is football weather. We got a taste of it within the college football ranks where we did get to see some cold weather games played up north. So that was a fun one to see, especially in Columbus and in South Bend, okay? But let's get into the game tonight. Before we do, please make sure you guys are all subscribed to the channel, smash that like button, and be sure to give me a follow on X as well. The handle is in the bottom left. And if you want to become a channel member today, links down below for that. Give back to TBM Sports, $9.99 a month to give you direct access to me, and a little bit more so of just basically, hey, these picks are for free. So let's get into it, and we are going to talk about it via Outlier as we look into the team insights. Okay, first and foremost, right now we're seeing 14s in the market. This number has been bought up quite a bit. The total has actually got as high as 42.5 right now. I'm going to share with you guys kind of where I'm at on the side total and a prop that I do like. We're not going to go kind of crazy because of the injuries that do kind of are persistent within these rosters, and it is both ways, okay? But this is something, too, where you look at the Packers right now, 10-4 on the season, going against the New Orleans Saints club, 5-9. That's going to be kind of where the rest is history as we look at the injury report for the New Orleans Saints, okay? So this is going to be a fun one. Lambeau's going to be rocking, and we're going to start talking about it because at home, okay, you have to kind of understand the Packers, ATS, 8 out of their last 12. That's almost 67%. We'll take that all day long. Green Bay minus 14 right now in the market. I don't hate it, okay? I don't hate that. I think this is one where we do get a game that, despite me liking the under, I do think that Green Bay takes care of it with margin. And I think this is going to be something along the lines of, say, 27-6, something crazy like that. But I do see an avenue where we do get a lot of points for Green Bay. They control the line of scrimmage, really suffocating the New Orleans offensively, where, quite frankly, they're left with scraps right now in this Monday night game. Okay. Also, the over has hit in 6 of the last 8 games against top 10 scoring defenses. But that's where we got to kind of put into perspective that this is a little bit different. It is going to be cold. They're going to be trying to ground and pound, in my opinion. And on the other side of the coin, when we do have the New Orleans Saints trying to play comeback mode, no Alvin Kamara, and a lot of their receivers are out as well, and we do get backup Spencer Rattler. So that's going to be something where I do favor the under in this spot quite a bit. Maybe a little bit chalky, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. I think this is something where Green Bay rolls favorites. If we look at them in their last 5 games, ATS Green Bay has been very profitable, covering 4 out of the last 5 games. And now we get a lot of injury statuses and questionable tags into this matchup. So I do want to share with you guys kind of the numbers right now, and we'll show kind of into the props that I do like as well. You can see a overwhelmingly amount of the money is bet on the over in terms of the handle. So kind of where it gets a little fishy. That's why we're seeing that number be bought up from 41.5 up to 42.5. Okay, but it is still earlier in the day. It is Monday Night Football. We've had a heavy dose of action, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how much this handle is made up of. Kind of Monday betters based on weather, based on injuries, or if this is kind of some sharp movement because the handle is not as big as it is going to be a little closer to game time. So got to digest that a little bit, but I do right now at face value favor the under, and I'll share with you guys why. Okay, so as we look into the under, you have to kind of understand that this is going to be ice cold. The Saints, in terms of outside of their dome, they don't really score too many points, and we do have Derek Carr, Kamara, as well as Taysom Hill, and the list goes on. I mean, even some of the Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Rashid Shaheed, they're even questionable. Shaheed's out for the year. Olave's out. This is going to be something where it's going to be kind of all hands on deck, and even as we look into the backups, I mean, some of the backups aren't even healthy. So we're going to talk about some of the props. Juwan Johnson also is something where that could be a little sneaky play in terms of the Saints prop market. But I'm not going to go crazy in the props because I do think this is going to be a time of possession game. And with the Packers trying to get ready for the postseason, conventional wisdom would just say take Josh Jacobs to go over his rushing attempts, rushing yards, so on and so forth. And I agree with that. I see an avenue, but I also see an avenue where they do rotate running backs a little bit more to kind of keep him fresh in this game that doesn't necessarily have too much implication, okay? So that's where I'm at. Also, if we were going to go into the prop market, I'll share with you guys kind of another thing that I do like. 1 second. That's going to be Marquez Valdes-Scantling, okay? And the reason why we're going to talk about him is, like I said, the injury designations are just absolutely insane. But right now you can find his number, and if there is going to be one kind of receiver that does benefit in a comeback game script, I think, in my opinion, it's going to be Valdes-Scantling. So let's look up his numbers real quick. Player props, we'll go into the receiving market, okay? And you can see right here, we'll go into receiving, and boom. Just run through this list because I know you guys are trying to find angles. Kevin Austin, as much as I'd like to play him, I just don't think the targets are going to be there. It could be something where we do get a kind of surprise breakout game. Just kind of my gut. Juwan Johnson, too. If you do like to play him over 25 yards, not opposed to that. But the play I'm going to be making here in the prop side of the game is we're going to go over 32.5 within Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I think that if we look into kind of his target share, he's hit this number in his last 5 games. But this will be where you have to kind of look into it in more so of what's available. So this number's just set way too low, in my opinion. I know that he's kind of banged up, but he is going to give it a go. And if we do look into the target share, you got to understand that last 2 games, 7 targets, 3, 4, and 3. And to get over that 33 yards, we just need to get a couple receptions kind of in a soft kind of coverage spot, and I think that he's going to fly over that 32.5, okay? Also, Josh Jacobs, anytime touchdown. We're going to go into that one. It's probably going to be a little bit too crazy for a lot of people, but if you do like the Packers, this is not a bad way to just kind of lower your juice. Look into the anytime touchdown scores in terms of player props. You could look first and last and anytime, really, honestly. He's been one of my favorite players to play in terms of the touchdown market, potentially even laddering him up, taking over 2 touchdowns, and that's kind of where I'm at. So if we want to see kind of where he's at, it's going to take me a minute for some reason. I don't know why. They're putting the most likely candidate to score a touchdown at the bottom of the list, okay? But yeah, so Prize Picks, that's obviously going to be one of the cheaper numbers out there. But if we want to find the actual number, and like I said, guys, it is pretty much going to be a tad juicy, okay? But we can get this over in terms of anytime touchdown, and you're going to have to find that over, where would this be? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to be at minus 137 for every sports book. It's minus 250. So basically what I'm getting at is juicy as that is, if you do like the Packers, maybe to take the Packers down lower and parlay that with Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown, because I think those two pretty much are going to be, with the exception of an injury, they're going to kind of go hand in hand. So that's something you can do to lower that juice. So if you do want to take, say, the Packers minus 9.5, throw it at Josh Jacobs touchdown, so on and so forth, you can do that, okay? But I'm not going to be playing minus 285 by itself. If anything, I will look into the over 1.5. As he does hit this, relatively often, and when he does hit it, he hits it big. So, I see an avenue where he does get in the end zone twice, and standing here at plus 180, that's going to be a little bit of a sprinkle for me, okay? So that about wraps it up. Also, the teaser, kind of same-game teaser route is kind of out of the equation. That's something that I do like to kind of mix into these primetime Lone Ranger spots. So I would entertain taking the Packers to win by a touchdown and tease down that under, taking that 42.5 up to, say, 48.5, 49. But as we look into it, guys, if you want to take that 14 down, 6 points, you're at Packers minus 8. just don't love it as much as 7. So I think we're kind of late to the party if I want to give that one out. So that'll about wrap it up. Marquez Valdes-Scantling over 31.5 yards, going under the 42.5 as of now. And Josh Jacobs, when we talk about touchdowns, it's going to be a play to go alongside something. I'm not playing minus 285 by itself or taking that ladder over 1.5 touchdowns for Jacobs. And I do actually like the Packers straight up, okay? I think this is something where it could be a potentially ugly game. If I had to give you guys a prediction, like I said, I think it's something along the lines of, in that ballpark, 27-10 kind of game, something real ugly like that. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's going to be an interesting game to watch. It's going to be cold. It's going to be Lambeau. Everything that football is about, and kind of just hoping that we don't get some kind of lame duck where we see the Saints roll over and really not have any life because of how decimated they are from an injury standpoint. Okay, so that's kind of what we got going on. Like I said, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Join us here on the channel too if you want to become a channel member. That's awesome. I appreciate you all. We will see you guys tomorrow for some bowl action before we head into the Christmas Day kind of activities. I'll try to get a video up a little bit earlier where we do talk about the NFL games, give you guys some time to digest that as you're trying to get on the lines as early as possible. Okay, appreciate you all. Good luck with your picks, and we'll see you over on Discord. Peace.